Welcome to Meet the Candidate with your host, Sulani Madsen. Meet the Candidate is your opportunity to see local candidates and hear about the experiences that have shaped their lives. Meet the Candidate is a nonpartisan community project brought to you by your friends at the Ponderosa Republican Women's Club, North by Northwest Digital, We Believe, We Vote, and the McGarry Law Office, the landlord's attorney. Now, here's Sulani.
Well, my guest today is Matthew Howes, who is running for Spokane City Council District 3, Position 2. Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you very much.
Well, I just starting everybody off with the same question. So where did you grow up? I happen to know you have a really interesting story to tell there.
Well, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I was born in 1969. I was born in Da Nang, Vietnam. My name was Hung Van Mac, and I came over here during the fall of Saigon in 1975. My family adopted me, and we moved out to the Woodridge area, where I've lived for the last 42 years. I love my neighborhood. I met my wife out in that area. I went to Balboa, Salk, and Shadle. That's where I met my wife. My son went to Shadle. My daughter will go to Shadle. Go Highlanders. And I'm an Eastern grad. Graduated with a business degree from Eastern. And I currently own and operate my own restaurant in the Indian Trail area.
Okay. What was your first job experience, your first work experience of understanding the connection between work and money?
Wow. It's been a while, but actually my very first job I ever had was the Old Spaghetti Factory as a host when I was 15 years old.
I think it'd be hard for us to get a job at 15 anymore, but yeah.
It is. I currently, can't hire people over 18 for different reasons, and it has gotten tougher.
The under 18 rules are...
Under 18 rules are very difficult to work around. Before it was, get in there and work and learn something and learn that you don't want to be in the restaurant business forever. I didn't get that lesson.
You probably didn't get that lesson sink in because you're in the restaurant.
Yes.
So, was some other lessons that you learned while you were working there?
I just really learned that I enjoyed working. I felt that that was going to be for me. I did go to college years later after high school, so I always wanted to work. I've always enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I worked for Nordstrom for several years through high school as well, off and on, I think for close to 18 years. And after I graduated from college, I went to work for Washington Trust Bank in the financing department.
What did you study? What was your degree in?
Business. I studied economics general business, economics, and a minor in finance.
Okay, and that's what led you into banking?
That is what led me into banking. I actually wanted to do that Monday through Friday job, work in the office, wear a suit, and boy, was I wrong. It was not my fit.
You learned that was not your thing.
Exactly. I enjoyed the heck out of it while I did it, but I enjoyed the company of other people. Sitting at a desk was not exactly my thing, so I am very fortunate now that I get to work with the public a lot.
Okay, so when did you start your restaurant?
I started my restaurant almost 9 years ago. It was in January of 2008, I believe. So I've had...
Boy, that wasn't the best timing for starting a new business.
It was probably not the wisest decision, but you know what? I worked hard. I put in a lot of hours. I continue to put in a lot of hours. And to show myself that, I can do this. And the restaurant industry is a very tough industry, and I have been able to do it for 9 years, so I learn something new every day still.
Well, I have to say that it's impressive that you open a business, especially a restaurant business.
An Italian restaurant business.
Italian restaurant business in a crash
Yes.
and managed to make a go of it. So have you had any interesting travel experiences that have been a part of developing your worldview? Obviously, as a child, you traveled.
My wife would love for me to travel more. I actually went to Mexico for the first time this last Christmas. I am not much of a traveler. I do enjoy my stay-at-home time. I enjoy just being with the family, and that's, to me, far more enjoyable than traveling and seeing the world. So maybe later when I retire.
Okay. Well, so you mentioned family. Do you have kids at home?
I do. I have my wife. I've married for 11 years. My son is 19 out of Eastern, and my daughter is almost 10, going into the 5th grade.
Okay, so one at home and one at college.
Yeah, one at home and one at college. Wow, yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes parenting also teaches us some lessons about life. What's the biggest lesson maybe your kids have taught you?
Well, I want to thank my parents for doing what they putting up with me for as long as they did.
Oh, so you appreciate your parents more now.
I greatly appreciate my parents, and I have a son that's 19, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world because, gosh, he just knows absolutely everything at 19. I don't have to teach him anymore. And consequently, that's what my parents said about me. So I'm like, oh, this is a payback.
Yeah.
So being a parent, I've learned, that I want to protect my kids. I want to provide for my kids, and I want to work hard. I want to be a good husband, faithful, and dedicated to my family.
Okay. Well, now, not everybody decides to run for city council. What prompted you to look at active public service?
Well, that's a great question. I've always followed it, sometimes closer than others. I have, fortunately, the restaurant industry, Spokane Restaurant Association is my big backer. They're the ones that have encouraged me. A few years ago, or about a year or so ago, when minimum wage was being talked about going up, at that time, I was very frustrated with everything that was going on and how hard it was. And you talk to other restaurant owners, and it's like we are teaching these kids a trade and trying to do the best that we can. And when minimum wage goes up, it was very hard. It was very frustrating. And then on top of it, our city council didn't listen to us, saying, hey, gosh, we could have, been 1 year pushing the sick pay back. Instead, they wanted to enforce it on us. Those are the things that led me into saying, okay, well, I need to do something about it. I need to understand why it is that they want to do what they do. And I just got frustrated. I'm representing the small businesses here in Spokane.
Okay. So it was your activity with your business and professional association that led you to look at public service?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to save this last bit for you to do your own pitch to answer the question, why should people vote for Matthew Howes for Spokane City Council District 3 Position 2?
Thank you. You should vote for me because I want to improve our road situations. I want to improve our property crime situation. I don't believe that we are allocating enough resources into both of those, where we are looking at projects to do. So many projects that are getting done that are very expensive, that could be used for something other than the road repairs and the property crimes. My biggest push, I will tell you right now, that that the City Council has not said one word about any of my other candidates. I am pushing for marijuana advertising. I am very, very frustrated with the fact that there's so much of it out there. My 10-year-old daughter is starting to ask questions. I am absolutely not trying to do anything about your adult right that the state has given you to have your marijuana. But the advertising of it needs to be on the same playing field as cigarettes. It is illegal to advertise cigarettes. I think we need to do something about all the advertising. This weekend, we have Hoop Fest coming, and so many people from out of town are going to be coming in, young kids, and what are they going to see? They're going to hear tons of ads on the radio. They're going to see tons of billboards. They see marijuana's on the side of the streets, and I think we need to address that, and something needs to be done.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that sentiment. We actually do not take any advertising for marijuana products on SpokaneTalksOnline.com.
Awesome.
So you have an ally on that. But thank you for coming, Matthew. I'm glad you could join me, and good luck on your campaign.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching Meet the Candidate. Spokane Talks Online thanks our community-minded partners at Ponderosa Republican Women's Club, North by Northwest Digital, We Believe, We Vote, and the McGarry Law Office, the landlord's attorney, for helping make Meet the Candidate possible.